All right, we're out at Turtle Bee Farms today. Time to get some bees.
You definitely.
I've got extra gloves in there. And ladies are all sizes.
There they are, this year's bees. This should be fun, riding next to 12,000 bees. They're out. Looks like they're setting out some hives today. Alright, we made it home. Surprisingly heavy. There's their home. Set them back here. We'll get our hive all ready. Alright, so we have all of our bees here, a 3-pound package of bees. It's I think it's an Italian Queen, a 3-pound package. And we'll set that to the side. Had to dig out all of the beekeeping things. So I've got my Hive Tool that I bought when I got all my beekeeping stuff a couple years ago. I've got a brush. This is handy just to get bees out of the way and things like that. It's kind of a soft brush so it doesn't hurt them. I have my feeder that I made, and I'll try to dig up that video and link to it. The feeder basically is just a few of these pasta sauce jars with a bunch of nail holes in the top, and then I've got this that I cut holes in and I routed out the holes a little bit bigger so there's a lip there, and so these will fit right in here, and we'll fill these with sugar water. So I've got a mixture of warm water and 50-50 water and sugar ready to go in these. I'm not sure if I have enough. I might have to make some more or just split it between the jars. But the holes are so small here that it doesn't leak out. It just makes little drips on the bottom of the jar there, and the bees will hang upside down and they'll suck it off or whatever they do, and they'll take it away. And from what I understand, it's very important to feed them right away because they haven't. Number one, they're low numbers, so a lot of these bees are going to be dying off over the next month or two, and new ones will take their place, and so the numbers are very low now, so we want to make sure they have enough food, make sure they can take care of the queen and lay lots of eggs. That's the goal for them right now. And so we'll give them some sugar water to get them started until they kind of survey the area and find all the flowers, which are blooming all over the place now here in Michigan. So we are starting a little bit late with our bees. We generally, you can start earlier in April. We're here about May, I don't know what it is, May 9th or something like that. So we've got the divider here. This is actually one of the top bars that'll fit right in there and separate the feeder. So the feeder will go in here, and the bees like this. The bees will be able to come through underneath it and get to the bottom and go back into the main part of the hive. So I'll show you how all this goes together. We'll put it all in out there in the top bar hive. I also have a couple scraps of sock here that I'm going to use, just old socks, use as rags and things like that. We're going to roll this up, and we're going to close off 2 of the 3 holes in our top bar hive, the entrance holes, and so that way we will confine them just to one entrance for right now. Since their numbers are low, it's easier for them to defend the hive and keep it warmer in the cooler springtime temperatures here. So we'll close off 2 of those holes, and then we'll pull these out sometime in June and allow them access to all of the entrance holes. So let's get out to the hive. We'll leave the bees in here for a moment. We'll get everything set up out there, and then we'll bring our bees out and get them installed. get organized here. I've got my thumbtack that I was in here from when I installed the last package. I just kind of left it in here, so we'll use that here. I'll show you in a few minutes if you're not familiar with the whole operation. So we're using a top bar hive here that I built quite a few years ago. This was built from an old picnic table and some pallets and stuff like that. Just kind of a DIY thing. I'm going to slide some of these over here. A lot of these have comb on them still. Let's try to clean this up a little bit. Oh, there's that wasp. Huh. Well, it didn't sting me. That's cool. That was awful nice of it. I'm going to actually open the bottom of this. The bottom of this hive opens right up. And I can dump all that stuff out the bottom. All that stuff I scraped off in there. Alright, so the feeder will sit right down on this end. And I'll get you in here and get a better shot of this here in a minute. So we need to get these jars filled up. Looks like I'll need some more. Alright, so we went and filled up and got some more sugar solution. And I also grabbed my bee suit and threw that on here so we can be ready to go. This way. And so at the end here I have a follower board, and this board just kind of caps off the end of the hive wherever I want it to be for now. So I don't need to give them the whole hive yet. I can kind of expand it out as they need the room. I want them to build their comb in here this way. And then at the end of the season, I'll make sure this follower board is right at the end, because you don't want to give them too much space. It's just more space they got to keep warm. So I'll move that follower board right in and give them a good solid space to live in for the winter time. So hopefully that'll help them survive through the winter. So we're ready to bring our bees out here, and we'll start to get them installed. We'll try to get them all right into this area and cap this off so that they're inside this area as much as possible, and they'll stay with their queen and chew her out of her little cage. So we'll go grab the bees here and we'll get started. So just so you can see the feeders, they sit right down there, and then the bees can get right underneath through those holes at the bottom. And they can get underneath to the bottom of those jars and drink that sugar syrup. So pop this up. I'm not sure exactly how they have the queen hanging in here, so there's a feeder in here. I'm gonna try to, the queen is hanging on this little strap probably. So as I pull this out, I'm gonna sneak this piece of wood across the top. Alright, a couple got out, that's okay. Alright, let's get our queen out here real quick. Shake a few out. So we've got a cork on one end, so here's the queen. It looks like she's alive and well. We've got a lot of candy here at this end, so I'm going to poke that nail through the end right there and make a little hole all the way to the queen so that the bees can kind of see her and smell her and whatever. But they want to get her out of here. They want to get to her, so I'm going to do this without pushing the whole candy through here. And without stabbing her. That's also important. Okay. Okay, so we've got a hole for her. And get her right there. They can see her and all that good stuff. Okay, now is where we shake 12,000 bees into the hive. So there's a little bit of dumping involved here and a little bit of shaking, and we hope that they don't all want to sting me to death. Leave the rest out here in the sun by the entrance and let them find their way in. So now we want to close this up. Try not to squish any bees. Oh man, the sound of them. It's amazing. The more you squish, the madder they're gonna be, right? What I got? Of course, I grabbed a bent top bar. Okay. Well, I consider that successful. Gotta get these guys out of here, because if they're up in this area on the top, they won't be able to get out. I'm gonna leave my brush right in here and get this closed up. It's nice to have the bees back on the homestead. Well, we have successfully installed our package of bees into our top bar hive. It looks like they're doing well and finding the entrance and things like that, and it'll take them a little while to kind of survey the area and figure out where everything's at, but hopefully they'll take to the hive and get that queen out. We'll check on them again here in about 48 to 72 hours, make sure that queen got out of her cage okay, and make sure she's starting to lay eggs and things like that in the comb there. We're going to be doing a lot more checkups with these bees than I did in the past. I want to get more comfortable working in the hive and actually maintaining and checking on the bees a lot more than I did before, which I really didn't do at all. I just kind of let them do their thing. These guys are going to provide a great pollination for our gardens here, and I really want to get another hive for our pumpkin patch, which is a little bit further away. So the bees are just an awesome thing to have on the farm. You just want more when you have them. So the farm that I started out at was Turtle Bee Farms. I'm going to put their website in the description. If you guys are in anywhere in Lower Michigan, it's worth the trip there. They have bees, they have all kinds of other grass-fed and they have a really sustainable operation there with their cattle and other things that they do. But you can get bees from them every year around this time. They actually have bees available right now, some extras if you are in the area and you want to pick up a package. And they also do classes. So they have all kinds of beekeeping classes that they hold throughout the summer. Great classes. So check their website, check out what they have going on. And they didn't pay me to say this. It's just a family, friends, and a great operation they have going on over there. So check them out, and that's where I get my bees always, and probably always will. So that's it for installing a 3-pound package of bees in the top bar hive. Hopefully you guys found this at least informational. If you guys have questions, I'm by no means a veteran expert in beekeeping, but I have at least done this once before, and it went well, so I have that experience behind me to go from. As always, guys, questions, comments, I'd love to hear them. Be sure to hit that thumbs up for me, guys. Makes a huge difference. Subscribe if you want to follow along, and as always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.